What is up, YouTubers? Well, I wanted to kind of show you the process, or the progress I should say. It's a total mess right now, but I just kind of wanted to show you. um, Coming along pretty good on the shop. It's uh, it's been a long 3 days. There's the bench. I took a old running board I had, and I painted it, and I made a shelf out of it. It's not a whole lot, I'm gonna make me some brackets, I think, for it, put up under here to help support it, but I may just put some of my collectibles or whatever up here. I got me some trays. I got this at Harbor Freight a while back and hadn't used it, and had these in my toolbox, using them in there, but I decided to go ahead and put them back. And then I've got a pegboard here, and then I've got a cable run for my TV, and I think I'm going to set my computer and my monitor and everything over here. I'm going to have to probably get some kind of cover or something for it, but overall it's turning out pretty good. Getting it cleaned up, and I think it's going to be awesome. I think I'm going to put my snap-on mirror and some of my collectibles over in here. I've measured this up over in here, and I think my box will fit probably for right in this area. Eventually, what I'd like to do is take this wall out here, put a door, and expand. I've got probably another 24 to 30 feet there. I'm just going to have to use probably a wood floor, raise it up a little, because I this is just right on my or just after my lateral lines, and I really don't want to put anything on the lateral lines. But I think if I raise it up a little bit and kind of set it up to where, I can just expand a little bit, and I'll just make like a small paint room and stuff. I was going to put it off to the side over here, and I've got a door that I'd started, but there's a little room over there, and I think I'm going to use it for just strictly sandblasting and just overall, just whatever I want to do that's kind of messy. I don't want any of that stuff in here with my toolboxes and things. I'm pretty anal about that part. It drives me nuts to get overspray and stuff on my tools, because I know what it's been in the past. I've got a couple toolboxes in here that's they've got a lot of my tools and things got overspray on it, and I don't want that with my snap-on tools, But and there's my compressor. Like I said, I got it finally wired up. I still got a rat's nest up here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm gonna try to get all them wires nice and neat and push back up in there, and then get that. And I think I'm gonna put a man door or something here. I've been kind of working at night to do the wiring, because I got up there today, and man, the heat just about killed me. So it's a little bit cooler at night. Overall, I think everything. Oh yeah, there's my lights I put in. I love these. If you guys get a chance, them are LED lights. Supposedly they're 30 years. I like them over the bench. They're not too bright, but they light it up in here to where I'm kind of happy with that. I've thought about doing the whole deal with it. I've got a few of these others, but man, they're so hot that it helps it in the evenings when it gets cool. It keeps it nice, but it's just one of them deals to where I don't know. I'd like to get away from that heat, especially in the hot of the day. I've got a couple spots. I think I'm going to put a big, I've got at the shop, I've got a big exhaust fan. Excuse me, I got a big exhaust fan, and I just, I don't know. It's one of them things that it's kind of hectic, making the decision to move, and it's funny because now that I've kind of planned on doing this, I've got text all weekend long, people's wanting things done and that now, and I'm still going to go ahead and get this done a little at a time. I'm not gonna jump the gun. Maybe things will pick up to where I can keep the shop in town. I'll get this lined out the way I want it, and I'm not gonna get in no big hurry. It's just one of them things that, I made the decision to move out here, and maybe this will give me a little bit of a chance to get everything set. And, if I pay another month's rent in town, that's fine too, I just, I just don't see staying there. Like I said, the insurance and the rent and the others just, basically I'm just breaking even each month, and that's, I'd like to see the business do better, and that money could be used elsewhere right now. And my toys and things that I'm having to sell some of them off. I've got a '72 Camaro that I'm fixing to sell, and you guys have seen the Vega and the old car that I have, and you got to do what you got to do. And this way I can kind of help keep an eye on my mom, and just overall, I think I'm gonna start looking for. I had a friend call me that they're needing a maintenance supervisor, and I told him I was seriously thinking about doing it. It'd be a third shift, which I've worked third shift before. I like third shift, and maybe that way I can go ahead and do the third shift thing and still do my business. And I know it's going to be hard for a while, but a guy's got to do what he's got to do, and I only get 4 or 5 hours worth of sleep anyway, so it'd probably work out pretty well for me. That it's just one of them deals. I've been down this road before. It's not anything that I know I'm getting older, and it's not anything I want to do, but a person's got to do what he's got to do. And me and God's had a lot of discussions here lately, and I think it's a challenge for me, and I think sometimes he don't answer your prayers right away, guys. So just keep that in mind. It's just one of them things. But and once again, I gotta thank my wife for she's just been a trooper. Especially letting not all women would let your mom move in, and she's dealing with it quite well. So that's more laundry for her to do. I try to help her with the cooking and cleaning, and it's just one of them deals that we all have our challenges in life, and that's I think that's the whole deal is we're judged on how we deal with it. And I'll be the first to admit here lately I haven't I really haven't been a trooper, or I haven't been, I don't think that I've handled it as well as I should have, but that's just part of it. And man, I am just getting overrun with June bugs. tonight. They're just flying in here like mad dogs. So if one of them hits me in the back of the head, you'll know what the hell it was. But overall, I've been upbeat. I just keep praying that things are gonna break loose for me, and I won't have to move into the shop. But this shop, it's it needed some help. I kind of let go since the business in town. I hadn't been out here, and I noticed the spiders and the rats and varmints and what have you. Kind of tried to move in, so it needed some tender loving care. It's just, and me and spiders don't get along, and I'm telling you, it was. There's been a lot of them here the last couple of days. I had a couple of them crawl on me and freak me out, but it's just one of them things. I hate that I have to have my car sitting out right now. That's another thing I'm kind of anal about, but I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys and tell you and show you how I've been coming on it, and I'm happy with it. There's going to be plenty of room for my dip tank, and like I said, once I knock the wall out and build onto it, and that I'll have to do a little at a time, but most all of it I can do myself. That's I'll probably end up. I haven't decided if I'll put a tin roof or if I'll what I'll do there, but I may do some videos on it, and I'm trying to figure out the live feed. I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but I'd kind of like to do a live feed. I'm getting a lot more comments, and I appreciate everybody's watching my videos and things, and that's what I said the other day. We're at least I'm very humble of the people that are watching my videos and subscribing, and I know I appreciate everything Jay Young's done. I appreciate everything Chuck has done. The Junkie. I know there's a lot of you out there that's telling people to come watch my videos, and I appreciate it. I think we're one, or I feel we're one big happy family, and that's just part of the YouTube community. I realize that they're all it just, everybody's got a good heart. If it wasn't for the six starting these videos, I don't know. It's kept me positive. It's kept me upbeat. It's kept me. I don't know how I'd have handled it if I didn't have everybody talking to me and texting me and helping me through this. It's hard sometimes. Not everybody likes starting over, but like I said, I've been down out a lot worse than this, and I thank the Lord for what I have, and I thank Him every day for what I have. I'm better off than most, and that's what I got to keep telling myself. If sometimes I think we're selfish. We a lot of times we think about ourselves, and we don't think about other people. And I've got a friend that's he's got a girl that she has asthma, and he has a lot of challenges with her, and he misses a lot of work and stuff, and he worries about whether his job's gonna keep him on because of him missing so much work. So you could your problems could be worse than the other guys, and I guess that's what I'm trying to say is be thankful for what you got, and thank your loved ones. If you've got loved ones and kids, give them a hug and kiss. And you know, we don't, at least us guys don't, you know, tell our wives and things that we love them like we should. And you know, sometimes, I don't know, I think, you know, if we were more, you know, guys are guys. I mean, it's funny because, you know, we don't want to seem like a wussy or whatever. And you know, I've always kind of shot from the hip and told things the way it was. And a lot of people, you know, don't understand that, you know, I am the way I am. And you know, I could, I'm not saying that I'm perfect by no means, but it's hard to, what do I want to say, be a strong person and not, you know, feel like you're letting people down, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I've never been one to ask anybody for anything. And it's kind of hard to not do that this day and age, you know. There's a couple times there that, you know, I just had to kind of break down and swallow my pride and ask, you know, ask for forgiveness. You know, forgiveness. You know, you sometimes you have that doubt, and you know, it's not. I don't know. As men, we don't want. I guess what I'm trying to say is we don't want people to look at us like we're failures, or we just, you know, we feel we can do it on our own. And a lot of times, sometimes guys, we need to ask for help, you know, our spouses, our, you know, family members. You know, like I said, I've never asked anybody to help me out. And maybe in the long run, that's what I should do, is be a little bit more, swallow my pride and be a little bit more, I guess, open. And, you know, not be so proud to where, you know, you don't, yeah, you just can't do it on your own sometimes. And, you know, that's where I think, I think that we can, I don't know, I just think we can take lessons from ourselves sometimes. You know, you look back and you think on how things are and how the world's going. And you know, overall we've all got it pretty good. You know, I think, you know, and I see other people that aren't, you know, doing so well or as well as I am. And then I look back and think, you know, well, you know, you was feeling sorry for yourself. And why, you know, why do you need to feel sorry for yourself? You have so much going for you. You know, you can still go back and do whatever, you know. You know, if I have to go back to turning wrenches, so be it. You know, I'll get back on my feet and try it again, you know. And, you know, once I get everything settled and my responsibilities taken care of, I think that, you know, I could do this. But I think I'll go about it in another way. I don't think if I do, I don't think that I'll change a few things, and one of them being is that I'm probably going to buy my own building, and I wished I'd have done that. There's one just right side out of town here, and it's been empty for 2.5, 3 years, and it's just deteriorating. And I know what it is. The guy is don't want to come down on the price. So I think I'm just gonna go, maybe ask him, if he would come down on the price, and if not, I may just do it to where I don't have to come up with any money or whatever, and I might just tell him, okay, I'll give you X amount of dollars, and we'll do a lease to own. But I know he wants to move to Florida. Somebody said he has some health problems, but they built the main highway used to go by his place, and now they built the highway around it, and I don't foresee him, unless you advertise in that, and we get a lot of boats and things going down through there, and I think that would be a good place for me, because I think I could. I've done a couple boats, done some lighting, and done some stereo on some boats, and I got a couple buddies that have a couple boats, and I was talking with them, and they had told me if I needed to, that they would bring them back by the shop and let them sit there for a couple days and try to draw in some of that, So I've got enough people that's there that want to see me succeed and be successful. It's just where I'm at back there in that complex, it's not feasible. We can't put signs out front. They won't buy it was originally supposed to have a sign down, to where each business had it, and they never got it to where they put it out there for the businesses. And I know a lot of the business owners are complaining because now they're not even allowing newer businesses the signs. There's a it can only be so high, and it can't. It's got to be like a McDonald's sign or whatever, up high, and you got to pay tons and tons of dollars to have something like that done. And there's just and each sign, they all got to be the same height. They can't be higher or lower. And they're making some of these like McDonald's and Arby's and things like that, they're making them all go back and replace their signs to where they're all the same height. No one can be higher than the other. And, I think that's hurting some of the smaller business guys. You can have them on the front of your building or whatever, but, that's just part of it. There's so much stuff you got to go by in town that, they regulate it so bad that, and that's another thing I think it'd help me is if I moved out. And there's a couple properties that I've looked at that, but that's the problem, the small business guy, you got to be making that, like Junkie said the other day, they just don't want to loan money to the guy that, that's out there busting their butt. If you're making $1 million, they're willing to loan you the money. But I was talking to a guy, and he's got 3 dump trucks, and he had seen a dump truck here at one of the car lots. I guess the guy traded it in on something, and the guy took it for trade. And I don't know. I know, all I know is my buddy wants to buy the truck, and he said it's a steal, how much ever it is. It was a fairly new truck, and all it had ever been is an asphalt truck. And that's why he wants to get it, is before somebody gets it, because he's got his own asphalt company. And he told me, he said that they're practically, you know, for what they want for it, they're practically giving it away. And, you know, he even tried putting up, he's got an older truck, uh, and he wanted to buy this truck, and they won't let him won't even talk to him, even with, you know, he's got X amount, and I know he's paying on it, but he wanted to refinance the truck, and they told him that it wouldn't equal any, like he said, you know, he would have, they'd have both trucks for collateral, and they didn't see it that way, so he's probably not going to end up getting the truck. And, you know, he's in the same situation I am. He wants to grow, but, you know, he can't get the funding, and that's the bad thing. And like I told him, well, maybe it's a blessing, you know. Um, and he'd even talked about selling his, you know, his rig to buy the other one. And, you know, he was willing to sacrifice because he wants the business to grow. And I don't know, like I told him, I said, you know, maybe it'll come to you, and, you know, you'll get to making decent money to where you can, you know, go pay cash for it, you know, just keep on a positive note. But I'm rambling, and I just thought I'd throw it out there. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go watch some of these other guys' videos. Watch Jay Young, Justin.